in Spanish so that we could bring on all our family members, maybe the people who don't get access to personal development work as often. Do we have any locations? Where is everyone coming from?
Anybody, Patty? See, we've got Barcelona, San Francisco.
Oh, Barcelona, San Francisco. All right, I grew up, so let me introduce you to moi. If you haven't met me before, hello, my name is Erika Cruz. I've been in entertainment and personal development for a very long time. Started on a morning show in radio and moved on to broadcasting. I wrote a best-selling book called Passionistas, hit #1 in 19 categories inside of personal development and female entrepreneurship. So I'm super passionate about extracting the vulnerability, the stuff that's kind of tough. We're here in this day and age of human beings, so we can doubt ourselves, we can have trouble taking steps forward, we can be lonely or anxious or depressed, but my mission on the planet is that you don't feel alone in that, and that you assume and feel the agency and access to tools to transform that. So err on optimism more often. That's my jam. I spent the pandemic doing these vision board parties. I was on Dream Life via Hulu with Deepak Chopra, Caitlyn Jenner at the time, and a few different celebrities. And the show was really about providing a more positive perspective and inserting that into Hollywood and all of our relationships. So that's a little bit about me. I facilitate vision boarding a lot. I do guest appearances with ABC, NBC, just so you know, this is my jam. I live and breathe them. Vision boarding is more than just a tool, which we'll talk about in a second. I assume that you've gotten access to my vision board guide. Vision boarding is getting clarity on your vision. Vision boarding is visualizing that vision more often than you visualize the bad things that are going to happen. There's really no difference between vision boarding and worrying. Worrying, you're just projecting all the what ifs into your future. With vision boarding, you're projecting the goals and the things you declare for yourself into that future so that you can live into it. Lastly, I'm a champion for Kenneth Cole's Mental Health Coalition. So I'm into fashion, although not really part of my career officially. I've kind of made it one. I thrifted this girl. Does anyone else like fashion? Thrifted her. We've got the little pearls. I'm in a sweatsuit in the home offices. I wanted to make this a PJ party. My team thought it'd be a little too much. Just keep it the way it's keeping it. So that's fun. Anyway, so I'm really excited. Last thing is, I would love for everyone right now to just let go of anything from the morning that might still have a little plug into you. So if you imagine you're a socket, right? What do you need to let go of to be present here right now? Is it some unfinished chores, coffee maker didn't work, you know, kids were XYZ, or you have a phone full of text threads that you haven't gotten back to? Inhale.
Yeah.
And go ahead and release that. Sweet, let's get into it.
Yep.
All right. So we're here to talk about vision boarding, right? So how many people have vision boarded before?
Oh my
How
gosh.
familiar are you with manifestation? You can drop that in the chat, and then Patty, Lindy, maybe just let me know. If you're a beginner, that is perfect. You're in the right place. If you are a tried and true personal development practicer, you know that it's a practice. If you've been to the gym once, what were the results? Did you come out with your six-pack abs? Probably not. You probably had to maintain that. And the same way we work on our physical health, we see the result in our body. Working on your mental health allows you to see the results in your reality. So keeping healthy in the brain, keeping healthy in the mind, to me, means cultivating a positive lens to look through more often than the negative one, right? How would you like to shout yourself more often than the repetitive complaint that might be on? I was a recovering complainer, right? Recovering people pleaser. Those were all my MOs. And if that really redefines who you are at this moment, I got you on a really big space for people realizing their full potential here on the planet. So amazing. Okay, great. So we've got some beginners here. That's incredible. So at its core, manifestation is vibrating at the equivalent frequency of that which you want to attract. What does that mean, Erika? It sounds a little scientific, sounds like a lot of jargon. Well, We are all made up of atoms. We're all vibrating as we speak. And we all have a certain frequency that we put out into the world. The things you want in the world, abundance, partners, happiness, whatever that is for you, they also have vibrating energy that is a match for the frequency that you are vibrating at. So does that make sense? So let me go back. So if you're vibrating at a certain frequency, you're a direct match for other things vibrating at that frequency. So if you are trying to create tons of abundance and a really like a life of ease, but you're constantly feeling at lack, feeling like things aren't easy, complaining and making it known and projecting that into the world, chances are you're not a frequency for that which you want to attract. So since we do have some beginners, I'm going to use my favorite analogy. If you imagine a radio dial and you can tune into all the frequencies, 90.5, 100.1, and you want hip hop, you're in the mood to get crunk, right? But you keep tuning in to a station that is the country station. And you're like, why is all this country music coming into my space? Well, it's because you're not tuned into the right frequency to hear that hip hop. You can imagine yourself as a tuning fork, walking around constantly and consistently. And so it's really cute, it's really funny, it's great. Manifestation is a hot word a lot lately. And the reason is side effects may include increased confidence, attracting what you desire more quickly, feeling optimistic more often. There's really not a downside to cultivating your state of being to feel better more often, right? It's almost like the gym. Well, you can go too much if you really exhaust yourself, but really you're going to see the results in your physical body the same way you would here. So how do you practice and get into this space more often? You create tools for yourself. A vision board is a tool. An affirmation is a tool that you repeat. How can you remind your thought process of this machinery more often that it has hope, that there is a bright future in store, that everything you desire is a done deal, more often than the machinery says, who do you think you are? What do you think you're creating? You're thinking too big. So as you can see here, this is a little drawing done by yours truly. Probably about 3 years ago, I was sitting, we were playing with crayons, don't ask me why. And I decided to draw out this yellow dress, bunch of cameras. I have an affinity for fashion. I knew that the Emmys was on the horizon and that I'd be attending. And so I drew this out and projected myself into the mainstream media subsector. You can see I wrote Best Dressed, which still blows my freaking mind. I wrote Us Weekly, and then on the little camera, I was like, how do I make a large scale impact? I get on to a more mainstream platform. And I'll also just point out for later, I also had an affirmation that I committed to for 60 days, 100 times a day. Cut it down. You could do 30 days, 50 times a day, but the results speak for themselves. So we'll go to what really is vision boarding. It's having a photo like that come to fruition in your reality in results like this. So it still blows me away. And it's because I had really nothing left to lose when people introduced me to vision boarding. I'm super passionate about it because it has worked, tried and true. I had nothing to lose because where I came from was a really humble spot to come from. And when you've lost a lot, you have nowhere else to go and you will literally try anything. So when people are comfortable, that's when they have the most amount of conflict to try new things. But back in the day, I was a freshman in college. My family was a middle-class family. Parents were together. They dropped me off in our Beamer. 1 year later, the economy crash hit in 2009, and we lost everything. So I arrived home and the doors on my house were chained up, the one that I grew up in for 19 years of my life. My parents were living weird separate places. They didn't want to alert me, but they couldn't even remember that I was back for the summer. So the next day we had 11 hours to pack up every single thing we owned. That was the last time I would see my mom for about 5 years. Had I known, I may have spent the day a little bit more connected to her. She chose to go live in a life of voluntary homelessness. If you've been with me a while, if you follow me on social media, if you've read my book, You know the story, but it's interesting looking back. I'm like, wow, I guess I should give myself those kudos, because when you're going through it, you're like, oh, I did what I have to do. But 10 years later, I'm like, damn, maybe I came out okay. So I had no money to my name. I got a job at Jamba Juice. I had this broken down 93 Honda Accord, luckily, that got me back over the grapevine. I lived in Northern California. My college second year was starting in Southern California. And I just began to learn about the power of the law of attraction, the power of positive thought. And I really learned that your resources don't lie in what you have. Your resources lie in your resourcefulness. Who do you know? What can you create here? Because all your thoughts could literally be projected outward. If you take a look at your surroundings, there's some reflection of yourself and the thought processes in there. All our items from the home were then sold through the state of California, different swap meets, flea markets, and someone I grew up with, who was my nanny from literally 3 weeks old, was going, and I did not know this, and buying back all these little childhood knickknacks. And I was almost done with college when I found that out, and was just overwhelmed with gratitude for what this person was doing. So at a time I should have felt like I had nothing, I kicked it into high gear and started creating things like this, journaling my future real time, putting images all across my walls. If you had seen my walls at the end of college, it was like, you got this, you can do this, you're the best, you Beyonce, go girl. And literally, I cannot explain why, but this momentum thrust me into the world. I became the first ever and youngest female marketing director in the San Diego broadcast market for a radio station. I was on a morning show at the time. And my dreams didn't stop there, because when I realized this was working, I'm like, I want to go bigger. I want to go better. If I can believe in myself more often, maybe I don't have the people around me to do that. I can create tools to remind me. I can create vision boards around me that remind me of who I'm meant to be, and I can reverse engineer that. So for the purposes of today, we are going to reverse engineer who we would be having everything that we want in our lives. I'm good? Amen. And I know you got this. I've guinea pigged myself. It works. We can do it. All right. So moving on, the last note I'll say is you can't create better than you feel. So people laugh and they're like, you just like try and feel good as consistently as possible for a living. And I'm like, yeah, like consider it a science experiment. If I'm off, I'm not going to go create this huge future, because that is why we can't complain every day. We can't wallow. We can't woe is me every single moment, expecting to create from there everything that we've ever been hoping for. We're human, and we can completely wallow and have that machinery that wants to keep us safe, but also wants to keep us small sometimes. We can have that playing completely normal. I work in mental health, but we can create tools that free us from having to be trapped there. This is a game of being less trapped and more free. At the end of the day, freedom and free will to choose to be happy, to look at things a little more optimistically, to decide that our dreams are a no-brainer, that we are worthy of them. That is the freedom that we're creating here today. So instead of being basic, because no one on here is basic, I'm an attraction point, as we just learned. So if you're here, I don't think I am, at least not anymore. So I don't think I'm basic, and I know that you are vibrating above so much of humanity at the moment. So congratulations, because I know who I'm an attraction point for. So instead of letting all the circumstances tell us how to feel, today we reverse engineer that, and through our feelings, through the way that we feel, we get to watch our circumstances shift, watch our circumstances change like magic, declare freedom over being trapped in any machinery. The machinery is on a constant. Your self-doubt chatter might be loud. The things you're affirming to yourself every day, it might be negative. But if you free yourself of that machinery, you know you have the combative phrase. You know you have the combative vision. Those two things you will leave with today. I'll make sure you have them. That's what I'm put on the earth to do. And we'll create it from there. Any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. Patty will go ahead and facilitate them. So a couple logistics is today you'll experience 90 minutes of transformation. Who has their vision board stuff? The first session is, yes, amen. I see a lot of hands going up. So the first part of this, I'm in integrity, did my entire one yesterday, and I've got a ton of tips for you. They're incredible, so they really work. So where was I? Oh yeah, so leave with 60 minutes of transformation, 90 minutes, especially if you're staying on to create some boards. We'll pump the music, blare it, create them with us, and we'll have some Q&A. The whole team's in the house. You'll have an annual intention set. So we'll create that in just a moment here, but you'll have an annual intention set for yourself. And you'll also create a personalized 2023 affirmation. I live by affirmation, second division boarding. If you're on my social channels, which let me know that you are, because I'd love to follow you back all day. I'll be on my socials. I love affirmations. You'll find an affirmation video of mine probably once a week. I repeat them and they become the narrative playing in my head. It takes discipline, it takes willpower, and I know you're capable of it. You'll have your official vision board outline complete. This is invaluable. My hubby and I, we do our vision board guides every single year. At the center of the year, at the halfway point, we take them out and we remind ourselves, who are we committed to being this year? What do we want to focus on? Are we actually achieving that? This is the most, to me, invaluable piece of paper I can have. I can take it with me while I travel. I'm in LA and New York. I take it back and forth and I can recheck in with what I declared at the beginning of the year. Finally, the vision board creation party, where I hopefully will get to see all y'all's creations and your visions for the future, and some Q&A in case there's any questions lingering. Cool? Amen. All right, so let's meet our partner, the LA Girl. Is anyone familiar with the LA Girl? It's the #1 media lifestyle publication in Los Angeles. We cover lifestyle, fashion, entertainment, where to eat, where to go. We have a gratitude in the park once a month, and I might see some of you there tomorrow. It's going to be the most powerful session. Combined with this, you're a triple threat. So I might see some of you there tomorrow. TheLAgirl.com. I am the editor-in-chief and owner. I acquired it in 2021. So it's really just been about 2 years here. But yeah, that's the LA Girl. We also have some yummy goodies for you today that they're giving away. We are an editorial publication, so we want to make sure everyone's off to their best life. We are giving away $500 to YSL Beauty. So get ready to shop. The way to enter is going to be to post a story tagging the LA Girl and Erika Cruz. There's an underscore right at the beginning, underscore Erika Cruz. I remember being younger and being like, this is gonna kill my career, the underscore. Got it. All right, more machinery. So underscore Erika Cruz. I'll be reposting all day. The LA Girl will be reposting all day. So post on your story, anything from this presentation, your journal, a vision board, whatever that is for you. Requirement to enter is some point today sharing this. So, okay, perfect. All right, amazing. So I think some of y'all liked crayon drawing, which I'm getting some notes from. I'm like, just verbalize it to me. So perfect. Are we good? We like this? I think it's going to be fabulous. Okay, so with that, if you have any photos to take or posts to create, do it at this point, because one of the things that I prize, my friends will tell you, is meditation. It is a chance to feel good on purpose, to check in with mental chatter and release it if it's not serving what I want to create. So we're going to do that in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to complete 2022. So we're going to put on a little music for you. Okay. So take out your pen and paper or your vision board. That one right there. And we're going to complete 2022 before we dive in to our true session today. So take out a pen and paper and name what you are thankful for from 2022. So if you have the guide, go ahead and fill it in right on that paper. If not, the prompt is on the screen, and I'll just read it one more time. Walk yourself through each month mentally from 2022. Identify any key moments, any achievements, any people who stand out for you that you can give thanks for from the last year. Now, after you've jotted a few of those down, I want you to name a way of being or growth area that you're grateful for from 2022. So what were you more of? How were you better in 2022? What way of being are you proud of? Right. Take a minute and finish that up. Just a quick thank you to 2022. So we've completed that, and we don't need to take anything from that past into our future that we don't want. So many people are just living into their pasts, right? We're recycling it. We're being like, okay, what happened? Especially what happened that was negative. Let me just put it into the next year and live into that. It's not what we're doing here today. We're going to project the future that is here. If you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. This is a quote from Bob Proctor, who passed away this year. He was an old school personal development dude, but I was just like sitting in college. I don't know how I found him, but I was like, what do you mean, Bob? So I started journaling, I started vision boarding, and the rest is history, like I shared earlier. So take a moment, any last minute photos, go ahead and grab those videos, amen, because we're gonna just move in right now. I'm gonna ask you to turn your phone over, maybe put it on airplane, power it down and just check in with yourself. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot. I do my wiggles, like jelly, and just take a seat. And I'm gonna ask you to be really present with yourself. Go ahead and just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. Go ahead and release the tension from your shoulders. If you're carrying anything in your jaw, just go ahead and move that around. I want you to envision about 10 feet above your head is a white, bright light. It's pure, full of your highest potential, most optimal outcomes, your highest good, and the purity of the way that you're meant to be. Now imagine that this light is forming a globe 10 feet above your head. It's beginning to descend upon the top of your head, about 1 foot, 6 inches, until it meets the top of your hairline. And just allow that white light to pass through your head. Have it fill you up, taking the place of any negative thoughts, any doubts, or thoughts that question if you're capable of everything that you want to create in this life. Now imagine it is traveling down your neck, through your throat, down your shoulders and into your arms. Allow that light to wrap around your palms. It's just taking the place of anything that you have trouble saying sometimes. Anything sometimes gets stuck when your intuition knows you want to voice it. It's going through anything you want to happen that you might be carrying on the end of your shoulders. It's opening up the palms of your hands to receive. Imagine that that light is going through your chest, through your abdomen and your seat. Imagine that it's really culminating around the heart, eliminating any blockages to that which you truly desire. It's wrapping around your seat, allowing you to be held and supported, and eliminating any doubts that you're all alone. Have that light cascade through your legs, wrapping around the knees and the shins, culminating on your feet and illuminating the path that is in front of you, eliminating any blocks that might be in the way of the path you're meant to take here on this earth. No more little you getting in the way of your high self, knowing exactly what you've been created for, exactly what you deserve, exactly what you desire. Now watch as that light goes through your toes, through the floor, into the center of the earth, connecting you from above and below. Knowing that your dreams and wishes are illuminated, but you're fully grounded on this planet and in this present moment to have anything that you desire. So I want you to turn this light up. Imagine that this light is getting brighter. It's becoming an inhospitable environment for any doubt, or any negativity. It's becoming an inhospitable environment for the machinery of your mind that wants to keep you safe, wants to keep you from growing. We thank it and we release it. Imagine that all those doubts and all those worries are fleeing from your physical body. They're not allowed to live in your physiology any longer. Now imagine this clear, bright, beautiful space is a blank canvas for you to create anything that your heart desires, any way of being. And in a moment, a new light is going to fill that space. It's bright purple. It's filled with the divinity that is you and a higher power, a universe that has got your back, that supports you, that knows what you deserve, that knows you're the person to create this, that you're supported, and that you're free, that the machinery does not bound you. There are no chains. Those are being broken today inside of your declaration. That purple light is coming from the same space that the white did. And it's filled with all the desires that you have standing 1 year from today. It's filled with those desires fulfilled. It's a done deal. Standing in January 2024, the possibilities and the outcomes of how you would be, who you would be, what you would do, what you would see in different areas of your life are coming to fruition. So allow that purple light to fall and descend from the top of your head, cascading down. Let it wrap around your arms, your heart, your torso, your seat, your legs, back through the bottom of the planet. This is pure potential, and it loves you and it wants you to realize it. So now just think of the different areas of your life. What have you achieved standing in 2024 this year? Is it in your career, your professional space? Who do you see around you? Who's smiling and congratulating you? Is it in your health and wellness area? How do you feel physically? Allow yourself to get attuned with how you feel in your beautiful physical body, having achieved everything that you set out to in 2023. Glaze over the relationships that you've made along the way. Who is in your life? Is it partners, parents, friends? Who were you for these people? What have you done more of? What are you so proud to have achieved? Now, as you give gratitude, everything you set forth in 2023 is now a done deal. You're standing in that vision in your future. Who does that make you? How do you feel in your physiology? How do you feel about having achieved all of this? Do you feel free, at ease, elated? Feel emotional or moved? You feel courageous or bold? Adopt those feelings and claim them for yourself. Allow this purple light to fill with this way of being. This is the true you. Beneath the machinery, this is the choice. And this is the freedom that you have within you at all times to access. It's her. You had your back this year. Now thank yourself and commit this way of being, this state of being to memory. It's become your new tool. Now take a moment and allow that purple and white light to start integrating into your body, where it's going to live the rest of the year. This is the truth. This is what you deserve to feel every single day. And this is the degree of optimism you're allowed to have. You have the ability to create anything that is in your mind. Give thanks to the universe, the divinity, and yourself. And take a few moments. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Come back to me whenever you feel comfiest. You feel yummy? I feel yummy. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Amazing. All right. So from this space, you have just discovered how you would be and who you would be, having achieved everything that you set out to achieve. So in the spirit of reverse engineering, from this base, we're going to put up the prompt and we are going to start the session. So take out your paper and pen. And from what you just created, we are going to write down the answers to question 1, which is A, this year I am being. Declare for yourself a way of being this year. Is it brave, bold, relaxed? If another statement comes to mind, use it. But you just accessed it, baby. It is real. And you have the freedom to access this whenever you want. Question B is going to be, and I experience. So from this state of being, what do you experience? From being brave, bold, relaxed, do you experience freedom? Do you experience ease? Do you experience expansion? Do you experience support? Do you experience growth? This is what you're committing to. And it does not mean that it needs to be on autopilot every day. I always say I didn't wake up on auto positive, but I certainly didn't wake up on autopilot, reacting to the way the world tells me to feel. Because I've created this annual intention every single year for myself to check in with. So I suggest in this area, you condense A and B down to 3 words each. So whatever 3 words from either A or B stand out to you, go ahead and select them, circle them. And I'm going to give you an example. So for me, affirmations are life. So this year, I literally have on our whiteboard in our conference room, I am free. For me, it was 1 this year. I am free. And I also declared that I experienced transformation and the transformation of those around me. That's what I was writing. So my affirmation for the year is I am free, powerfully creating impact and transformation for myself and those around me. A lot of people get really stuck and they say, well, what affirmations should I be using? How do I personalize them? This is how you personalize them. Who are you being this year? Who saw you into 2024 as a done deal? That's who you are claiming. And what do you experience? If you put that phraseology together, A plus B is your power affirmation for this year. And so I always say, it's not my job to see you as little. It's my job to see you in your highest potential. So it's my job on the planet to relate to you for as big as you can be. So while your family loves you, they might hear, oh, I don't have time to do it this week, or I'm not feeling great this week. And they might say, yeah, just skip it. It's my job to push your willpower into a discipline that serves you. I challenge you to repeat this affirmation 30 times a day. Commit it to an audio, which we have an exercise for you at the end of this. Play it. Play it while you brush your teeth, while you're doing your makeup. Recite it and commit it to memory. Because that little coloring page you saw at the beginning of this, I could repeat that in my sleep at this point. I am courageous, living and loving life to the fullest. Because that year, I was being courageous. And what I experienced was a full life. So I declared it for months. And I wound up somehow on today's best dress, my first ever Vogue feature, Glamour, Yahoo. I'm next to Regina King, and I'm just looking around like, is this real? And now with conviction, I can say with discipline, it really can be. Commit to yourself. Bend over backward for yourself the same way you bend over backward to make plans with people or do things for others. Cool. All right. So if anyone wants to share in the chat, by all means, declare that power affirmation. I would love to hear them. A little peek is that we do have another prize, and it'll be drawn from the chat bar. So if you're debating on writing it in, oh, perfect. If you're debating on writing it in, let me know. I just had a team member say, what's another example of a power affirmation? So first off, definitely connect with me on social because I have affirmations going out constantly. I also have a list that we'll email out to you on Monday. A power affirmation is different from a list of affirmations because I saw this question in the chat. A list of affirmation is I am confident, I am worthy, I am at ease, my bank account and my success are growing. You can put these on repeat every single day. A power affirmation is a personalized one. So I always create a personalized power affirmation for myself. Personally, in my experience, I've found repeating this single one over and over. In addition to listening to audios on YouTube of other affirmations, I have my own, and it becomes my companion. Because if you pull up a YouTube and you enjoy a list of affirmations, you might enjoy them. But is it informational or is it transformational? We could listen to this whole thing and say that was really good information. But transformation happens when you interact and you accept and adopt that information which is being given with conviction. You say, I'm going to practice this. I've interacted with it. So when you create a power affirmation that's personalized, it's like baking a cake versus the store-bought. You're going to enjoy the store-bought. But this power, this personalized affirmation that should 100% go on all of your mirrors, all of your phone screen backgrounds, put it on your vision board. Mine has tons and tons of text this year, which is something that I really recommend. That's the cake that you baked yourself, and you might even be a little delusional. You think it tastes the best because you put the love and hard work into it. So I hope that clears it up. Shoot away on the questions. We are going to move into question number 2. So this is the empowering part. We connected. There is a source higher than you that got you. You are never alone. I felt really alone when my family lost everything. I was depressed. I had just started therapy in college, and I was like, who the hell's out there? I have nobody. That's not true. There's always a bigger source of divinity. There's a light within you. It is her. It is your best and highest self. And it's got you. It guides you. And from that space, you begin to find more support. Like this, I support you. Like others that come into your space when you feel that support. Like my nanny who is going and buying all of our stuff from different swap meets. I'm like, I didn't even know, how did you exist? You'll pull it out of thin air. So we connected with that divinity, and now it's time to get into the year. Let's gain some clarity on your focus areas. So if you can see the prompt, if you have the guide, begin filling out, list areas of significance for your year, areas of growth or attention or commitment. Think about all the areas of your life. It can be specific or it can be broad, but in general, declare a few focus areas for the year. If you're type A like me, I know you want to declare 15, but don't. Just take it on a bite-sized chunk for the year. Put a few down. We always overestimate what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what we can do in 5 years. So for your big vision, what are the focus areas this year? And who you're being is literally the equivalent to what you're seeing in your world. So here's another crazy part of manifestation: detachment. So you can't be like, oh my God, I want the black car. I want the black car. Why doesn't the black car come? Because the universe is like taking your order. It's a drive-through window. It doesn't know if you're putting out what you want or what you don't want. So if you're like, I can't believe it's not here yet. Oh my God, I set this forth and now it's not coming, and you're checking every day. The universe is like, okay, scared, worry, not the car. Here you go. Here's your burger. Would you like fries with that? So that's why at the end of our focus areas, we put, this is what we're declaring as our focus areas. And if the universe has other plans for my highest good, I am open, because there's an art of detachment. So it seems counterintuitive, but it's a balance. It's remaining at ease, even though you put your desires forth, that will allow the universe to say, oh, at ease. Let's deliver her more that makes her at ease. Trust was a big one. In trust that it is all a done deal. The universe can literally say this frequency is trust. It is a knowing and a certainty that everything she wants to create is on its way. So she's not checking her timer. She's allowing and trusting in the divinity to unfold for her. And now that burger is going to look a little different. It's going to look a little bit more like what you want to see. Cool. All right. So moving into the areas. This is one of my favorite songs, called Dreams. So career, business, and professional goals. Write a list for a short, powerful summary of the most important goals, opportunities, or tasks to accomplish this year. What is your professional vision, and which piece of that will unfold this year? All right. As you're gaining clarity in this area, feel free to stay here. We're going to move on to the next prompt. And if it is your career you're honing in on this year, let that pen and paper flow. Just let your creative vision come to fruition. So we'll move on to the next area, which is relationships. So relationship goals, qualities to embody and experience. If you want to stay in career, boo, stay in career. All of these prompts are printed on your guide, which I highly recommend printing out. It is like a North Star for your year to look back and be like, what was I thinking in January? Oh yeah. So list all this year's qualities and characteristics to embody for this department of your life. What routines or focus areas are important? Whether it be with your partner, maybe you don't have that day yet, maybe it's creating them. So who would you be in a fully fledged relationship? Maybe put a little of that in there. Is it time spent with your family? Maybe creating one of those too. Is it your friends and your community? Standing in 2024, what are you looking back at and being like, wow, I had more of that. This is who I was showing up as. Maybe it's setting boundaries. So we talked about how so often, especially if you're a recovering people pleaser, girl, I got you. Me too. We will put ourselves last on the list. So the things that we wanted to achieve, go to the gym for 30 minutes, will be moved to the bottom of the list because we are in reaction versus creation to other people's desires and other people's wishes. So the kind of friend that I aim to be is what's good for me is what's good for you. So I always want to know what's good for my friend because that would be what's good for me. So I've experienced so much, especially with family. This is a big one. I'm Latina. I know Latin guilt is literally in the DNA, woven through familial living. Sometimes when I want to do things for myself, I feel so much guilt. I haven't called my mom in a week or dad or whatever it is. So just put here who you're being, what you're seeing in this area of your life. Okay, so some of those things that you put last on your list include health goals. We are going to go into the next prompt, which is health goals and focus areas. So stay in what you're declaring for the relationship area of your life, what's most important to you. And we're just gonna roll on in to the health portion. So write a list or a short, powerful summary. Some people love relating to something in a sentence format. They want to read their own essay. Some people like the list. So just jot down the most important areas, habits, or outcomes to focus on this year for your physical body and health.
Take me to the bottom, drown me in love, wherever you go. Mountain I am living alone, I follow. Beautiful, beautiful love. Beautiful, beautiful love.
I love it. Taking photos with the team right now. I'm gonna go on social and stalk all y'all. I love that we're vision creating. I'm gonna get a little loony toward the end of this because it makes me really happy. It's literally what I live to do, and I practice every single thing that I impart to the companies, the people, the platforms that I speak on. I practice it all personally. When I'm sitting next to my vision board, I have a completed vision board guide already because I believe that I'm in integrity with leading you through this because I've done it myself. I practiced and guinea pigged it for y'all. Don't worry, it worked. Continue writing in those health goals, and these two kind of go together. So we're gonna go ahead and open the next prompt, which is spirituality and mental space. So if you think of your beautiful physical body, the one that you're living in, and then you think of that mental space, how have you curated it this year? What are the most important areas or practices for you this year? This you can check off your list. This is mental fitness. This is becoming mentally fit. It is training your mind to remind itself of your desires, to remind itself of who you are. Oh, I'm free and powerful. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what I declared. It's not gonna work 99. It's not gonna work every time, but 99 out of 100, it will help that you've cultivated this state of mind and this declaration for yourself. Can you guys hear this? I hope so. I like it. Oh yeah, someone wants me to show you my vision board. Oh, and I will also say, if you follow me on TikTok, you know this already, but I'm a big, big advocate of being cringy, doing the things that are cringe worthy, because expanding past your comfort zone, really practicing affirmations and vision boarding, people are gonna be like, damn, that's cringe, or they're gonna laugh, but they're on the sidelines, they're spectators, you're on the court playing the game, and just wait till all that comes to fruition and we'll see when they ask for directions on what you just did. So, this is my vision board. I'll share it with you later as well. So I wonder if I have a lot of vision boards here. I mean, in my space, I live and breathe them. And at the end of this, if you're making your vision board, sometimes images are just going to call to you. We call boards with only images, statement boards. We call boards with these phrases that you're writing on them, true vision boards, because your vision is written out on the board. People underestimate using phrases. So right here, this is directly from my vision board. And I went ahead and I just wrote it straight onto the board. How I mental health from Paris with love. So I'm bi-coastal. I'm in LA primarily and New York. I've been loving Paris though the last few years. And I'm like, something's gonna come, something's gonna happen. I put my name on it. I always put my name on my board because it takes the board off the pedestal and the hope that it's going to happen. And it brings it directly into your personal space and environment and claiming this already did, boo. Look, Variety said, Erika Cruz does it again. Thanks, Variety. I got your back too. So it really takes it from that far out future perspective and allows you to integrate with it now. Claim it as if it's a done deal. The game is to feel the way you'd feel looking back at your achievements. So instead of living into the future, it's reverse engineering it and looking at the accolades that are already a done deal. So I have that camera. For some reason, I always love this image. As you saw in my little drawing earlier. Thank you. My gratitude practices are on fleek. Independent, free, barrier breaker. That's what I came up with my way of being. So I'll share some more in a minute. I'm gonna lead in to the next prompt. I'll also say, so 10% of the world takes the time to cultivate their vision for the year, to truly tap into what they desire and gain clarity on it. I fumbled around a lot till 7 to 8 years ago. This vision board guide has existed forever. I've been with Mazda, Hyatt, Soho House, literally using this vision board guide to create their futures. So the 10% of the successful population takes the time for their mental space. Congratulations. This isn't cringy. This isn't an eye roll. This is what it takes to err on optimism more often and to have that edge inside of your mental fitness. Okay, so the next prompt is contribution and impact. So what are the areas, industries or groups, family members or communities where you'll contribute more deeply or on a large scale? Write a list or powerful summary of the most influential area of contribution. So just think about what you're creating in your life. It could be for your immediate family. It could be one family member. I used to put Shosho on this, which, okay, Shosho was that nanny from 3 weeks old who went back, and I found out she was buying our stuff from the flea markets because she finally wanted to tell me, because she actually bought my grandmother's urn one month for $3.99 and then decided that she would share with me. This is what she's been doing for the last few months, where I've been like, where did these come from? And she would pretend that she saved it from her house. But she was like, no, your stuff's actually being sold. And as a result, the impact and contribution I want to make is like to her forever. So that's an example of putting a single family member on there, even though it says large scale. I think impacting one other human fully is a really, really, really big feat and a really, really huge contribution to make. So if you're having trouble identifying an industry or something like that, you can go ahead and just delve down into maybe one person. And I suggest I am impacting and contributing to as a good prompt to start with.
stare into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every good intention ends when the good times start.
Guys look sharp. I attract really good looking people.
It's the first time. Started on a neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. Bad habits lead to nice and
I feel like I'm gonna cook.
conversations with a stranger.
I love it. Yeah, yes. Do a little burning. Can you guys-
I got nothing left to
With my vintage blouse. I'm so happy about this.
habits lead to I stare into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
Yes. Oh my God, you guys are my favorite right now. I'm gonna bump something in a minute, and I'm going to move on to combine contribution and impact with who I'll become. So, who have I grown into standing in 2024? Who have I grown into standing in 2024?
Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to I stare in space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you.
Good dance.
My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
So, with that, we're also going to put in why. We're creating our visions. Every area of our lives are filled with our optimal potential. So, why does any of this matter to you? Why is it important that any of this gets done? Who or what is at stake? What's the driving force behind your goals? What does it mean to you?
I'm better at a 1-0. La 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 la. Now we at the same house party. La 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 la. If you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. I'm sure you born in the Hamptons. I heard that's expensive. Damn, and you famous on Insta. Your pics is a blessing. I think you could be a centerfold. No need for the money though. Hey. You don't have a piece of California. Yeah, I met her at a 1-0. La 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 la. Now we at the same house party. La 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 la. If you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la. Yeah, I met her at Coachella. La 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 la. Why you acting like you don't remember?
All right. So dot some I's, cross some T's, Having a huge dance party. I have to bring the team on at the end of this. There's like 4 of us, and we're with y'all. It's like 400 right now. We're just going to move in as you're finishing some prompts up. What is left to say about your vision this year? Is there something left to declare? Are you really, really, really connected to your way of being? That first page, that first question, I cannot emphasize enough. Who are you being this year and what are you experiencing? Are you free and powerful, experiencing ease? What are those around you experiencing? We're going to take this minute for a prompt that really encompasses it all. If there's anything from the past, you can say thank you. Declaratively, you can declare what you're creating in the present moment. And you can also affirm what your future is. What are you living into now? So vision boarding, visualizing, personal development, mental fitness, it's really just a place to live from. And a vision board is a place to live from, not a thing to aspire to. That is the most common misconception. My aspirations, my hopes and dreams are on a vision board. Living from those hopes and dreams here as a done deal. How would I be? Who would I be? What would I expect? How would I be acting? How would I interact with the world if all that was a done deal? Your vision is a place to live from, to in tune, pull in that which matches your way of being, not a place to aspire to. It's a difference between claiming energy and desperation energy. It's like, I don't have it, I don't have it. But you're going to create more of not having it. So you got this. Because then you're putting out into the world, you got this. What are more things to have her completely got this? Ooh, this is my jam. Be careful.
Sobresale, en sus ojos se ve la ilusión, pero llamo a su amiga que se olvide que esta es su canción. Baila, baila, baila.
Anyone ever question my heritage? Come on over. All right. So I hope you're creating some extremely powerful visions. It's okay to feel freaking awesome. Full permission. This is a really exciting thing. It's a really rare thing too. Do not discount showing up. Do not discount taking on transformation versus information. I'm never going to be like the cool kid. All the cool kids show up and they're like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, it seems useful. Not for me. That's great. You just consumed a bunch of information that you don't allow to transform you. Transformation is what you just did, which is engage with yourself fully. So congratulations. Oh, Ozuna, O-Z-U-N-A. Someone asked who sings this song. Ozuna, O-Z-U-N-A. Good question. All right, I'm going to check in with the team. More people writing. Amazing. All right, we are going to move in and transition. If you are still creating that vision, a freaking men. So good. I am so excited. I can see some of the whys happening. Family in Mexico, huge one. Oh, you go. Yeah, 100%. I'll see you on the red carpet, baby. I'm so excited. I'm getting access to the chat. We're grooving. Oh, dude, if you also, so if you're following me later, well, I guess I could repost. I just want to know, because one of the things I love about the vision board party every year is I love to follow you back. I also do a lot more dancing on those socials. Apologies in advance, but I already told you that I'm pretty pro cringe. So you'll see me burning or whatever else. God bless. All right, so hell yeah. Thank yourself, because you have set forth powerful, clear intentions. You've got the clarity that people usually spend 12 months trying to figure out, and you are open to anything else that the universe has in store for you. So this is your North Star, but it doesn't have to be biblical. You can stray in variation. That way of being, check in with it as much as possible, because you might find that being brave, free, and powerful actually is conducive to even better things that aren't on your vision board or on your vision board guide, because you couldn't even imagine them possible. Feeling good is personal hygiene. I always say that. Feeling good is personal hygiene. Allowing yourself to feel better. And I'll just put this in. Sometimes when someone is feeling really down, they'll want to go, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I feel at the top of my game? Super, super great right now. You can go incrementally. Allow yourself to put on Emily in Paris or whatever it is for you. Read a Vogue magazine, those are mine, and just get to neutral, get to a baseline where then you can begin to create in that affirmative and positive. That makes sense. So use this guide as a North Star. Review it at the end of your year. That is invaluable. I keep this and I review it every single Christmas. In that weird in between Christmas and New Year's, I pull out my guide. So it is time to start the vision board. If you are still creating your vision, by all means, baby, we're just gonna hang out and then listen to some fabulous music along the way, take some Q&A. There is an at-home exercise that is invaluable. We've been talking about reverse engineering your future to create it quicker. You will find miracles unfold in your space. This is one of my favorite exercises at home. We will email it to you. We will email it to you Monday. Y'all don't need to practice it right now. But as a little teaser, oh my God, I have fellow Emily in Paris fans. Let's go. I'm freaking ready. It's on my vision board. So clearly we're gonna maybe like vision board check-in and from Paris this May. So this is a future self exercise. We'll email it to you, but it involves 3 prompts you can ask yourself. All you need is an iPhone. Use your voice memo to record your answers. Play it all year. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. I'm also gonna email you 5 days to manifestation. It's an older series that I do, but I play it for myself twice a year. It's the bare basics. So look out for that gift. It's a registration link to 5 days to manifestation. One of my favorites, it's for beginners, and you can take it through with yourself every day as part of your mental fitness routine. So one more item to address. So in the vein of vision boarding, does this work? Is this worth doing? Should I be that cringe person who puts her all into this? Yeah, you should be. In 2020, I was sitting creating a vision board, and it's been the backdrop of this entire presentation, this photo. So as you can see, this girl, her name is Chloe Bennett, and I was reading about her Hollywood bungalow. It was a really feminine room filled with all of the favorite things she loved, tones of pink, hangers for her favorite garments. And I created a vision board that I then had framed, y'all. This is that. Boom. Here's what you see on your screen. And today in 2023, what you can see behind me And in front of me, there's 4 amazing team members in the house today. We're at my in-home conference room, derived from the vision of her Hollywood bungalow that I had for myself. And as you can see in this photo, pre-red carpets this year, I've been getting ready in this beautiful feminine she haven. And it moves me every single time that we're going live from this space that did not exist 2 years ago, did not exist in the pandemic. But guess what? Framed it so it would look a little bit more high-end and chic in my home, looking at it every single day. And I was like, I want a room just for me in addition to my house. I love my entire space. It's beautiful, but this conference room is just extra special to me. And it's another result that I'd love for you to keep in mind as you evaluate what are you hearing, what are you telling yourself, what are you seeing every single day. Eventually, you will look around and notice that they're familiar, whether it's negative or positive. So stick to the stuff we reviewed today. Okay, so one more reminder, social media. We have our beautiful social media coordinator here, Lindy, with the LA Girl and Erika Dela Cruz. She'll be reposting all day. They will draw a winner tomorrow for a $500 gift card to YSL Beauty, which is so freaking exciting because I love YSL. I love all things chic and yummy. So if you have any questions there, let me know. We'll be reposting all day. Find me. I love y'all. And then we have one more giveaway that is perfect for the end of this session. It is an accountability membership. So the Ford Female are an amazing partner we have here in Los Angeles. They really, if you're building a business, they hold you accountable for all of that. So we are giving away an annual accountability membership. Right now, put in the chat what you're creating this year. And if you've already been in the chat, don't worry, we're memory banking through it. And in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead, 10 to 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and draw a winner for this. Don't worry, if for some reason you popped off, we will email you. We have all your emails from the registration. But it's invaluable to stay committed to your goals and have that accountability piece. Yeah, inspiration. Love it. I can't wait to hear your next album. Oh my God, I love it. Dude, we are so amazing. We're committed to peace and confidence. We're writing novels. We're starting new businesses. We're freaking amazing actors. That is your space right now. I also am a huge believer that the spaces you enter dictate who you're being as well. They can raise you to an energetic level that is next level. So I'll see some of you tomorrow at the LA Girl Gratitude in the Park. We will not repeat this. We will build off of it. You will commune inside of this exact thing, accountability tomorrow. The founder of Ford Female will be there. Also the COO of the LA Girl. She's here in this room right now. Yay. All right. So time to start your vision boards. Don't forget to story. Don't forget to drop your comments on what you're creating in the chat, because from there, we are going to be selecting a winner. So I'm gonna bump a little tune. And, ooh, Maria, Maria, this is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop in the chat. If you have any Q&A, please drop them. I'll be answering questions. I'm just gonna chill the next 10. This is the time to grab your magazines, time to grab your scissors, your boards if you have them. I hope you got the emails. You can create, even on a single sheet of paper, something to keep with you for inspiration is huge. I hope you're taking with you that you are free. You are free to declare this. You are free to choose who you're going to be in the face of any situation. You're free to choose that all of this that you want and desire is possible. You're free. You're free. And even when you feel trapped, remember that you have the tools to get yourself out of that. And I love it. So stick around. We'll meet some of the team members when we come in here. We'll bump some music. Oh yeah, and you can put your questions in the chat box too. I'm also going to kind of be stalking, because if you guys are making your vision boards, I would love to see them with your camera for the next 10. And I'd love to kind of create. Okay, I want to create. Let me create. Oh yeah, perfect. So here's some vision board tips, rewriting the answers from the guide onto your board. I do this relentlessly. You can cut out sections you've written already. I write myself letters and I put them on my board sometimes, and I use my names. These are some of the things that aren't as common. and something that I really swear by when you're creating a vision board. And here's my handle. Come find me, I'll find you back. Amazing. To write on your vision board, what kind of photos do you pick? Yeah. So I choose photos from magazines that inspire me and also symbolic photos. So the year that I created this one, what I wanted to see in my life was clarity and new ideas. So I put light bulbs that are symbolic for me to new ideas. Oh, this is great. This song's lyrics is hilarious. Oh, I love all these. Aim high and I swing low. Open mind, anything goes. TLC to these silly hoes. They ain't listening to Queen and it really shows. I baptize bitches with my holy flow. I don't fuck with no chickens, only goes. I'm getting serious in this right now. All right. Can we expand this? You want to come say hi? Some of the team can come on over. We're chilling. Fish session. Oh, there we go. Ah, I love that. Focus on my shit, make a movement. Working out. Yeah, get specific. So meditation tools and sites that I recommend, the at-home exercise, I can't recommend enough because it's coming from your own voice. So if that makes sense, the at-home exercise will allow you to record the answers as if it's a done deal. Everything you've created is a done deal. The at-home exercise prompts you to, in response with conviction and emotion, share those answers. And then you play those answers on repeat while you're walking, sleeping, talking, all of it. And it's a really helpful tool. For general meditation, there are a few on YouTube that I like. I think we're also going to send you a gift page, which is some of my meditation. There's something called the, I think it's Claim Your Future. It's one of my favorites. It's 5 minutes. We'll put that in the email as well. I really like to meditate with just music, like Om music, Indian flute. I know that's weird, but I really feel like musically, sound is a vibration. It really takes me to another space. I'll also add that what does it take to have these vision boards really work? Motion. So when we say practice with emotion, create these with emotion, write your vision board with emotion. Emotion is just literally in motion. So if you think of all those goals coming to fruition in motion, practice and interact and engage with your dreams and goals with feeling, because that will emote the frequency quicker out into the universe and in turn pull it back with conviction. That's where the quotes above your toilet turn into real results because you practice them with conviction. You're just not seeing it every day and being like, damn, that meme is great. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, perfect. Amazing. Okay, our social media coordinator, post at your will. She says everything looks amazing. Post your vision boards, post your journal prompts, post our beautiful faces. She will be drawing the winner of the YSL Beauty Gift Card tomorrow. And the entry to win is a story post. Tag myself and the LA girl, we will find you. I love it. So someone uses photos. Literally, hey, Priscilla, would you grab the vision boards in that? We're just in our conference room. We've got the whole squad. They should come say hi. I'm going to show you one of my older vision boards, and I literally use photos as well. Someone here, if you have photos that mean a lot to you, I took a photo with my iPhone the minute I got the news that I would be on a really large outlet, and I put that photo on my vision board. I also put photos of, thank you, I also put photos of the people that I'm doing this for to remind me. So, here we go. Guys, I have so many. Here we go. I love you. Thank you. So this is another example. This one was years ago, but this photo right here is Shosho, my nanny, who you've been hearing so much about. She really picked me up in such a dark time that I wanted to remind myself who I was doing this for. The other thing that you can see here is I used to copy and paste every single portion of my vision board guide on here. Now I really kind of choose the important ones, but remember how we just did past, present, and future? I literally just took a marker, put them on the board, career, relationships, some television network, the Passionista, which at the time was just a phrase that I liked. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that my best-selling book is called Passionista. Wild, right? So that was about 3 weeks or 3 weeks. I wish it was 3 weeks. Oh, here's a good one. It's about 3 years later. So this is one of my oldest vision boards. I used to do something when I was starting out on a morning show. I wished that people could find my work a little bit more easily. So upon a normal Google search of my name, not all these photos would come up. But when I really specified Erika Cruz, morning show, KIFM 98.1, I would get a lot of me. So I put that in so that I could see myself on Google a bunch. And then I erased the specifics so that it was just Erika Cruz. And then I got to see myself Google searchable full time before it happened. It's a really great idea going through these because there's a lot of symbolism and things that I did. I'm wondering if there's any other, God, I drew photos, I drew pictures, and I put them on here this way. And then let me show you one more item. I do write myself a letter from my future self, and it went right into this pocket, what I really want. And I just put the letter inside of it. And everything's energy, everything's vibration. So if I'm writing a letter from my future self, congratulating myself on everything that's been achieved, chances are this board is going to be a little bit more energy rich and vibrate at a way higher frequency. Sounds woo-woo? Fine. Practice it and then get back to me. Let's see. Oh yeah, our gratitude in the park. Someone asked about the in-person event tomorrow. So the LA girl, we have a gratitude in the park every single month. I lead it. It's about an hour, tons of amazing energy rich humans. We're giving, oh yeah, it's in Los Angeles. Yeah, thank you. So this is Priscilla. Come say hi. This is our COO. And then Lindy, you want to come over? Our COO. You guys met Patty earlier. This is Lindy, our social media coordinator. And then Patty has to come on over. We run the LA Girl, and we also run EDLC. Vision Boards Unite. We would love to meet y'all in person. We are Paths of Gratitude in the Parks in Los Angeles every month. So if you're local, come on out. We would love to see you. Great. I'm glad you like the letter to the future self because it's really crazy, you guys. I'm going to say one more thing, a little personal, but whatever. When I was creating the Google search for myself, if you followed that, my wish was that with just my name, all of my work would come up. A year later, the way that I was able to reunite with my mother is that she was in the homeless community and she had left when our family lost everything, but she didn't have a cell phone, which you underestimate how hard it is to really get a hold of someone who doesn't have a phone. But she did have access to a public library. So about 4.5, 5 years after she went into that community, she walked into a library and someone taught her what Google was. And they said, you can put anything into this little white window and it'll pull up all the information. You can do people, places. So she decided she put her daughter's name into that search bar. And I was literally like, hopefully my work is out there inspiring someone. And little did I know that it would be her on the other end of that search. There's so many little coincidences that happen when you are a creator versus just a reactor in your life. You just emit a different wave. You see things that feel a little bit magical, a little bit like, are you kidding me? A lot of irony. So if you see signs in your life, just know that you're on the right path. And being here, I already know I can say that to you, not because it's mine, but because of what you're doing for yourself. It took a lot not to go back for her and my family. And looking back, I may have drowned with them, right? It took a lot to go create a big future, but I knew that a big future would allow me to go back for them from a place of such energy rich, abundant power. And that's what it has been since. So amazing. Oh yay, future self. Yeah, baby. See, where are my woo-woo people at? I'm woo-woo, but I'm not gonna go lead you like to meditate in the middle of nowhere and you have to wear a burlap sack. I really feel like Vogue, Dior, YSL, and spirituality, that can all go together. That's the brand. That's what I'm cranking out. So hopefully you're an energetic match for that. I love it. Yes, one spark can change every single thing in your world. Oh, I love this. UCLA on it. Yup. Oh my God, amazing. Congratulations, UCLA grad or student. I don't know if you're there still. Oh, you're instructing the program. Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, this is incredible. This is incredible. And when you live in this space of attracting all these weird miracles, you think it's so normal. And the funny part is it's because people in your life probably have the same thing happening to them. But in reality, most of the general public, it's not your day-to-day. You are the exception, you are the rule. I'm a direct match for that type of person, so I kind of know who you are already. Oh, I love this song. Maybe I should have done the clean version. I don't know who did that. Anyway, but yeah, so great. And then how many people are creating their physical boards right now? This today. Yes. I'm excited to see them. Yeah, send them, DM them, repost them. This is one of my favorite songs. I run to it on the treadmill. Yes. And Amika, is that how you say this? So I hope you're working on it right now. And then you can just, I'll put some vision board music up for you.
Hey, Erica, real quick. I just wanted to say thank you for this information. This is very helpful. This is the first year that I do a vision board. And I just want to say that like a lot of your information like really resonates with me. And I just want to say I'm really grateful that I found this because it's really helped me. I'm not creating it yet. I have things that I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm writing a lot of things down, but just a lot of things that you're saying kind of like also build on what I'm already thinking. So it's like just this is just really helpful. I'm not like I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Incredible. I love you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Was that Stephanie? Okay, amazing. I
Yes.
saw that pop up. Boo, you got this. And thank you so much. I received that. Thank you for putting the gratitude in the space. And you really do got this. It's funny, manifestation practices in general. Once you open the box, there's really not too much you could do to close that lid inside of realizing and knowing that you're that creator. So I'm really, really, really glad that some of this resonated. We're also going to email, I mentioned on Monday, a few links, and it's just more of that manifestation work, including a 5-day, if you really want to open the doors, you're not so familiar. So yeah, it means a lot. So we have 1 minute. Any other last minute thoughts, questions, Q&A, bump music as big and good as we've been bumping, and literally with conviction, create your board. The reason I encourage you to create your boards after you've done your guide is because That is the interaction that is inspired in spirit. So it's from your spirit. It's not just creating it from a blank canvas. You've put in that vibration. You've cultivated the vision. So now whatever you create is a direct extension inside of the same quality. Make sense? I love it. Oh, yep. She said yes. Yeah, careful with the scraps. As you're cutting your boards, oh my gosh, you guys. So we used to do this completely in person. I have like 1,000 magazines in our conference room stored, and I cut through each one. Magazines really inspire me. And then the last piece of irony, I own the LA Girl, the #1 lifestyle magazine in LA, which was so crazy because magazines have inspired me forever, but I just love that aspirational aspect, but also accessible, right? Like accessible aspirations. I love it. Yay. Yes. Follow. And if you are coming from the vision board party, and you haven't storied, comment that you're from the VB party so I can find you back. Do it. Amen.
I have one more question. Like, do we listen
Yeah.
to some kind of music when we are creating a vision board, or we should be like completely focusing on the photos or the pictures what we are writing or what we are?
Yeah, your question is about music, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, whatever fuels your soul. So we have been listening to some of my favorite songs, and it's not on accident. I have literally handpicked what motivates me the most. And for me, that's a lot of like little house music mixed with a little like Latina flair over there. Put on whatever resonates. Sometimes it's a more cathartic experience for someone. They've just connected inside of the meditation and they would like some of the Indian flute I mentioned, some more meditative music. For me, I always graduate from that space into like, let's go get it, let's go do it. And I want this music that supports me in that. So that's where you'll hear some of the higher powered music. So the answer is whatever resonates with you most and best. That's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
totally.
much.
Mwah,
Yeah.
Te quiero.
Yeah.
Te quiero todos. I'm like, amen. Cool.
I wanted to ask, would you think? What do you do when you start to get like a little depressed and doubt your feelings and thoughts? Because it's a hard process to believe that you're going to get what you want. And sometimes I start like to doubt myself, and that I think it really is a loaded process.
Yeah, and I think so. It was a little bit cut out, but I think I have the gist of it. It's a hard process to believe that you're going to receive everything that you desire, and even to believe in yourself. The book Self-Esteem changed my life. My hubby all of a sudden was like, maybe I need to read Self-Esteem, and he was the most confident person I knew. But reading that for him also shifted his world, because we never realize that our perceptions of our own worth are impacting that. So when that gets difficult, for example, 2 days ago, it was difficult for me. I was pessimistic. I was a little sad. I don't know who's all on the call, but we've been doing TMI. Maybe that monthly time for me just gets a little bit down. Wink, wink. So regardless, I was not feeling at the height. Even hormonally, I was just feeling off. And what I did was I got myself to neutral. I actually did watch a show that would get myself a little bit more to neutral. But for example, if I was coming on to lead something like this, I would do an affirmation session immediately. So literally, I am free, powerfully creating impact and transformation for millions. I already know that by heart because I declared it. So I repeated it literally 100 times on Wednesday, 2 days ago. So Thursday, just to remind my mind who I am, what I'm doing. I go back to journal entries that have been super inspirational for me. I can create, or I can pull up this guide. I can watch inspirational talks, and I can reconnect with my vision. And it's interesting because sometimes it's like, well, I'm not happy, I'm not free. I don't feel at ease. So how do I claim I'm at ease? Start by pretending. What would put your physiology at ease? Would it be a massage? Would it be watching something that's inspirational? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, it runs in a circle. So you can start with your thoughts and hope that impacts the emotions and the way of being, or you can literally start with your way of being and get into a more relaxed space and then reapproach what your affirmation is. You're at ease, but really knowing that you have the free will to do it will keep you from hitting the doomsday powerless point that has someone feel trapped. So that's why it's personal development practices. It's like going to the gym. You aren't the six pack. You have to practice daily. You have to go do those ab regimens or whatever. You can see I'm not too on that sports game, but it takes a routine and habits to really transform your mental space, to allow the reminding that you've got this, that it is possible more often. It's just a game of reminding yourself more often, and then having the wallpaper of your life begin to autoplay in those thoughts rather than the I'm worthless, I can't do it, who do I think I am? That's always on repeat. We were born with that machinery inside of fight or flight, right? I'll just explain one more time. We don't hate that machinery. We love our mechanics. It's built to keep us safe from lions and tigers and bears. But in this day and age, we're not as primitive. So it's keeping us safe from growth, expansion, risk taking, optimistic thought, because if we begin to think too optimistically, we are at risk of being eaten by the world according to our machinery. So it's going to implement those self-doubt chatter to have you recede in. So things like this, sessions like this, people like me, we're meant to pull you out of that, to calm the machinery and put in a new narrative that you've created yourself to adopt inside of choice and free will. Choice is the access, and it's not always going to be accessible, but the more often it is, the more easy it will become. Pardon? That makes sense? I hope so. Love it. Amazing. Lindy just put in the chat. Thank you for joining us. All right, loves. Create those boards. I cannot wait to see them on social. I love you. Thanks for holding the space with me, and I hope this was super valuable. I will catch you on the IG front, maybe the TikTok front if you're on there. TikTok is only manifestation. I'm a little weirder there, but it's all manifestation practices. So I can't wait to join. See you tomorrow if you're coming. Yes, I see some of you are joining us tomorrow. I can't wait to see you. Hold space for everyone, and we'll give some mucho besitos y hugs. Abracitos. All right. Bye, guys. Mwah.
I hope one day I'll be able to see you and hug you and thank for everything you are doing. For real.
If I left, now they made no sense. And they tell your friends and they own your friends. Baby, never mind, never mind. Never mind, never mind. If I left, now they made no sense. And they tell your friends and they own your friends. Baby, never mind, never mind.
Hey everybody, we are just going to pop off, and I just wanted to thank you all so much. Reach out with any questions to us, follow us on Instagram, and don't forget to post those pictures and tag us so you can win the YSL Beauty giveaway. We will see you very, very soon, and hopefully tomorrow if you're in LA. Bye!